Welcome to Denver, Colorado, and the National Western Stock Show and Rodeo, held in a city that's a mile high
with a ride of the colors,
with deep roots in the Old West. Like so many Western towns, it all started with a gold rush. Tens of thousands of prospectors came here in the 1850s looking to strike it rich.
This Rodeo America.
Cowboys and cowgirls come to Denver every January looking for gold buckles and cash prizes. Here to be won riding broncs and bulls, racing barrels, roping calves, wrestling steers. At the first major pro rodeo of the season.
Oh, it's huge. I've been rodeoing for about 3 years now, and this is my first time here to the stock show. I'm excited.
How about giving those three ladies a warm welcome to the Mile High City?
It's a rodeo wrapped up in a spectacular show and produced by Survey Championship Rodeo.
You just bring the whole circus to town.
Binion Survey and his brother Chase run the company their dad founded in 1967 when he bought out singing cowboy movie star Gene Autry's Wild West show. Today, the Survey brothers produce about 30 rodeos a year, including some of the biggest in the country, like Houston, San Antonio, the national finals in Las Vegas, and Denver. And running a rodeo is a lot like a traveling circus.
People laugh when I say that, but it's very true. It is a traveling show.
The Western Air's horseback drill team kicks off the night, just one of the equestrian stars providing plenty of action in between the rodeo events.
God bless each and every one of you for your service.
And on this military night, a touching tribute to the men and women of our country's armed forces. A salute that ended with front row fans giving our veterans a personal thank you. For the cowboys and cowgirls who come here to compete, Denver is a very important stop on the rodeo circuit, with all the top stars on hand.
Something I dreamed of when I was a kid. And
like 10-time world bronc riding champion Bradley Harder.
To succeed is have, your priorities in life. Keep God first, then your family, and then rodeo, and everything goes really good. It's whenever I get it out of that order that rodeo doesn't go good. So
I wouldn't trade it for anything.
Eli Vassbinder is a bull rider.
It's almost like getting in a wreck, that time where you almost getting wrecked, but you come out, okay, and them first few seconds, it's kind of like that, I guess, that kind of feeling.
And the reigning Miss Rodeo Colorado is among the queens carrying the flags and spreading her message.
I love educating people about agriculture, the Western heritage, and professional rodeo. I think it's really important that people understand where their food comes from, and there's no better place to do that than being here at the National Western Stock Show.
None of this would happen, of course, without rodeo's four-legged athletes, the broncs and bulls that battle the cowboys, and even the sheep the kids hang on to in that beloved mutton-busting competition.
How about 85 points?
Providing all those animals and making sure they're ready for the show is a big job. I get a sense of just what's involved when I visit the Survey Ranch, 45 miles east of Denver, where on a cold January morning, the Survey crew is sorting and shipping broncs and bulls for that night's show.
Some of these horses we're sorting because we got to bring in another load, and some of these horses have already been bucked twice, so they're going back to the other ranch and they're bringing another load in.
The horses and bulls are only ridden twice during the 29 performance run of the rodeo, and there's no room to keep all those animals at the rodeo arena.
So we house them at our ranch and truck them in and out every day.
He's a buy.
It takes a lot of livestock and lots of work to put on a rodeo. How many bucking horses do you keep?
Oh, we have about 700. We have about 50, 60 bucking bulls.
Up close and personal with these bulls, I'm not sure I'd want to get on their back, but hey, I'm not a rodeo star. However, if you'd like to be, the Surveys will help you get started, free, at their nonprofit Ace High Roughstock Academy. Offered 3 times a year, it's a 3-day rodeo school for prospective bronc riders held at the Survey Ranch, and they supply everything you need but the courage.
At the end of the 3 days, you know who wants to be a bucking horse rider and who doesn't.
I've got about 12 pickup horses.
Back in Denver, Binion's brother Chase is getting his pickup horses ready.
Ready.
The pickup man is the guy who rides to the rescue at the end of a bucking horse ride to get the rider out of harm's way and make sure the bronc's safe as well.
This is Bobby. He's my favorite by far. He's used to everything. He's been around forever, so nothing bothers him, so he's pretty special.
Pickup work can get a little dicey.
Yeah, you've got to be in the right spot at the right time and not get kicked.
But Chase is among the best. He's been chosen to work the national finals 6 times and has also been honored as Pickup Man of the Year.
You've got to always be paying attention.
Our animals are our livelihood, so
The sport of rodeo has its critics, of course.
if they just walked in our shoes for probably a day, they would make a 180, I would guarantee it.
But the Surveys are very proud of how they take care of their animals.
They come first priority before us.
We ask that you remove cover as we call on one of our very own contestants to lead us in prayer.
Rodeo is a great, fun night of entertainment, but it's something more as well.
A lot of important American values in rodeo: respect, patriotism. And what other event do you go to where they start out the event with a prayer?
Rodeo isn't the first show celebrating America's Western heritage. In just a bit, we'll show you the monument to the man who invented the Wild West show. But first, we'll go back to the National Western Stock Show for another competition just as important as the rodeo. Pretty emotional for you.
Very, very. Here's Dad right here.
Jamie Glover's son Tommy has just won Reserve Grand Champion steer at the National Western Stock Show.
Yes, sir. He's the Reserve Grand Champion, so it's pretty exciting. So he's worked real hard this year. I'm super proud of him. So.
Hey, you done real good.
How's it feel?
Good.
For the thousands of young people who raise an animal to show at the local fair, Tommy's accomplishment is like winning the Super Bowl, and he's just 13.
Pretty emotional, huh?
Yeah.
People from more than a dozen states come here to exhibit their prized cow and livestock shows and other animal competitions.
What's it take to have a good stock dog?
A lot of time, a lot of practice.
The stock show began back in 1906, 25 years before the rodeo joined the event. As exciting as the rodeo is, the stock show is the bigger part of the National Western Stock Show. Hundreds of animals of all kinds go through here being shown and sold, including these buffalo. But what's really impressive are all the sharp young people here with their cherished animals, getting them shined up for their moment in the spotlight after months of hard work.
Yes, you learn a lot of life lessons through showing cattle.
You learn how to work hard and never give up.
They learn through the 4-H leaders, they learn through the competition at the local fairs, and the kids that come here are highly trained, but they work an awful lot to get these animals to the status that they are.
This is very important work. After all, if you eat meat, these are the people producing our food supply. Upstairs, a different kind of prized steer, one you can climb on board and pose for a picture at the vendor show. There are booths displaying all kinds of products connected to agriculture, plus lots of cool Western stuff. Our Reserve Grand Champion Tommy could buy himself a present here. His Reserve Grand Champion steer sold for $84,000. And the Grand Champion steer raised by 13-year-old Lily Skiles went for $140,000. Both Lily and Tommy and their steers were honored in downtown Denver with a festive reception at the historic Brown Palace Hotel.
It started 73 years ago, and at that time the managing director had a friend that his steer was the Grand Champion steer. So he said, hey, got an awesome idea.
And the media were out in full force to cover this annual tradition.
You can't make this up?
No, you can't. You can't make, I mean, this is beautiful. It's wonderful.
It feels good.
Yeah?
Very nervous.